welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Forgive the road service, but it's a road service from hell. There's potholes, there's joints, there's everything going on. If your name is Lady, oh so sweet Caroline, get your bottom on a memory foam pillow. But just before you do, pour that tot or two for the Lord Nigel of the big guns. We're on our travels and we're heading down from the workshop to Paphos. That's where we're going, and we're going to go for a little trip down towards the Hotels Road and see what's going on in downtown Paphos, especially for you. If you like what you see, hit that like, hit that thumbs up button. Why not subscribe to the channel and come back now and again and see where Mr. Paul is travelling. And of course, if you want to see Paphos in all its glory, don't forget to come back for the afternoon and evening editions where you'll see Masochin with Siviela Booth and myself Chichuchki dancing in and around the downtown Paphos Harbour area, or the promenade, or perhaps somewhere else especially for you. Beautiful day, by the way, it really is. We're in the second week of November and the temperature, according to the Jaguar, is 28 degrees. Wow, it's spectacular. Not making fun of anyone in Northern Europe, but I imagine it's a little bit cool, that's for sure. Last night, one of our superstars jetted into downtown Paphos, and his name is Mr. Michael, and he was telling us that in downtown Berlin it is 8 degrees, and when he got into Paphos it was 22 degrees at 7:30 in the evening. Not too bad, not too bad. And of course we're sending a big hello to Mr. Dirk, who's still in downtown northern Germany, and I've no doubt he's got a coat on or a jumper or two. But he's coming to Paphos very soon. He's got an important job. He's bringing the dog. Yes, Mr. Lino. He's coming with us, and of course he won't need a fur coat in Paphos, that's for sure. Here we are about to join the main road from the airport to Paphos. Paphos Airport from here is, what does it say on the sign? 8 kilometres, so 5 miles to the left. But we are going to the right, 7 kilometres, so what's that? About 4.5 miles till we get to Paphos. And we're going to take a bit of a left and head down along the inner ring road and get down to Paphos. So sit back and relax and enjoy the drive. Perhaps pour yourself a tot or two, or if your name's Lady Andrea, perhaps sup on a can of Pepsi Max. As for the peacock known as Mr. Mart, I've no doubt he's supping on a can of Coke because he likes the real thing, that's for sure. But one thing is for sure, that sky is looking pretty blue, the sea is blue. Mr. Paul, I promise you, is dressed head to toe in blue, so that must mean one thing: all that is missing is you. So want to get yourself on a big bird or a canoe, start paddling like crazy. Paphos Cyprus, Marika and me, we're waiting just for you. And we really are, by the way. We're getting accosted more and more in and around on our travels, and thank you very much for each and every person who comes up and says hi. It really does, well, touch our heart and go straight to our soul. It means we must be doing something right, and we're looking forward to meeting Mr. Ian and of course the girl in his life, Lady Tina. They'll be coming hopefully to the Paphos Harbour tonight, and hopefully we're going to get to dance the night away and reminisce of old times when they were last in Paphos, which wasn't that long ago. And they've squeezed an extra holiday in just before Christmas, and the rumour has it they'll be coming back in February as well. So they obviously like Paphos that little bit. And of course most of the viewers come to Paphos now and again. Some people have not been here, and some people perhaps haven't been here for a while. But one thing's for sure, once you've been to Paphos, you will definitely come back again. At the moment, there's a bit of big diggering going on in the Paphos area, and of course there is a lot of big diggering going on everywhere, to be honest. And the roads, well, what can I say? But one thing's for sure, when it's all done, let's hope by this time next year, late, well, it's winter night, isn't it? But not to most of the people who come here. It's like a summer's day. But let's hope that Paphos over the next 6 to 8 months gets the completion of its rejuvenation, and Paphos will be more spectacular than it ever was before. We're on the inner coast road and we are heading down towards Paphos. This is the road probably that if you're coming from the airport and you're going down to one of the Harbour hotels, one of the restaurants, this is the route that you would take. It's a single track dual carriageway here, but at the end on the roundabout it converts to a 2-lane dual carriageway. Highway, some people might call it an expressway, I don't know, depends what country you're from. Let us know in the comments, perhaps if you're in downtown Krakow and your name is Lady Anna, my superstar, what would you call a 2-lane road in downtown Poland? What's it called in America? What's it called in Australia? Drop it in the comments and let us know. Anyway, one thing's for sure on this road, it tempts you into putting your foot down on the gas and tempts you to go that little bit faster. But I warn you now, don't do it. No, no, no. Because the boys and girls in blue, they are waiting especially for you. The speed limit on this part of the road varies between 50 and 65, and it does actually drop to 30 around the roundabouts, but don't pay attention to that. Drive along here at around about 70 kilometers an hour, 75 kilometers an hour, and you will be fine. The boys and the girls in blue are very, very lenient indeed, and they will allow you to travel at around about 20% over the speed limit before they zap you. So if you're in and around Paphos, as I always say, travel at around about 60 to 65 kilometers an hour. In English money, that's 30 to 35, and you won't go far wrong, and you won't end up with a debit on your credit card. Now, on that note, if you do like what you see, as I keep saying, hit the like and come back and join us by subscribing. Doesn't cost you a single penny. But if you do want to keep the channel afloat, if you love us that little bit, why not hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform? Totally safe and totally secure. Register one of your plastic friends, and of course you can buy us that special coffee, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. If your name's Dame Ann, you might even stretch the budget to 10. And of course we thank you from the bottom of our 2 hearts. You can also choose to become one of our superstar members at only €10 a month. That's all it costs to get yourself a special title, special privileges, and that little bit closer to Marika and me. Big shout out to some of those superstars. There's a lot of them around, you know, and there really, really is. There's a lady of the name Kerry with an I on the end, and she's got a man in her life called Sir Graham, and I've no doubt they'll be out gigging over the weekend, and of course back to normality in the weekdays. But we had a great time when they visited us in the downtown Paphos Harbour, and we hope that they're coming back soon. There's another girl with Kerry, and she's got a Y on the end, and she's got a man in her life called Sir Tony. So a big shout out to Lady Kerry and of course Sir Tony, downtown Cornwall, and again they like to go out gigging on the weekends, and they have a great time indeed. She's the singing sensation. If you want to see her sing, oh yeah, you can hunt her down on the Marika and Me channel, and we went karaokeing, and I'll tell you, she brought the house down, that's for sure. Let's try and stick to the speed limits, although this one's going that a little bit slow. Let's just get round him, shall we? A lot of traffic around. What's going on? It must be something to do with all the sunshine and people wanting to get down to the plage, to the beach. That's where they're all going. Coming up next is the Paphos Hotels Road, and of course we are going to name some of the hotels along the route, so don't click off just yet. A lot of tourists around, isn't it? A lot of red plates. That's what defines a tourist car, a rental car. If you see a car with red plates, more often than not there is a tourist driving around in it, and normally they drive very carefully indeed. Although that girl that I just overtook was literally sitting on the steering wheel. What she was doing, I do not know, but never mind. Who am I to ponder? Let's take a left and get ourselves down to the start of the Hotels Road. Yet a Skippoo coastal area to give it its correct title. The road surface is going to get a little bit Sherlock Holmes, so sit back and well, hold on to your teeth, shall we say. Look at that. I'm in a Jaguar XJ. I've got air suspension and it's all functioning correctly, and well, not even this car can smooth out the bumps and inulations in the road surface. As you can see, it's been made wider and narrower, and they've dug it up and all those sorts of things. Anyway, rant over, Sir Andy, all the way in downtown Shropshire. And a big shout out to Lady Ness, our superstar, who's coming back to Paphos in May, and they're going to arrive on exactly the same day as our girl in charge of the show, and of course that's our Dame Ann. Big shout out to some of the other guys who like to watch now and again. Of course, Sir John Ricey in downtown Glasgow, a very, very good morning to you. Someone else in downtown Glasgow, she's a lady, and of course that's Lady Kirstine. A big, big shout out to you, and we're looking forward to seeing you next year, that's for sure. Don't forget to come and hunt us down in the downtown Paphos Harbour area. If you can't find us, more often than not, you'll find us in the Pelican restaurant. That's the restaurant right in the middle of the harbour, and that's the one, as its name suggests, is owned by a pelican, and her name is Miss Coco. She likes to snooze in the afternoons, but don't worry, in the evenings she prunes her feathers, her foliage, and she pops out and she dances and she prances up and down the downtown Paphos Harbour, especially for you, along with another girl called Miss Booth. She just likes to twirl and prance and dance around as well. So don't forget, you're looking for an idiot in a blue hat with a pair of sunglasses, and I've always got a blonde beauty standing normally on the right hand side, but sometimes she gets it wrong and she's on the left hand side. Come and hunt us down. Great pleasure to sit and have a chat. What's coming up now? Well, if you look to the left, the blue Mediterranean Sea has just come into view, and this is the Amarvi 5-star luxury hotel, and there's one or two people stayed there, but that's for sure. All the way in downtown Norwich, there's a man called Mr. Shady Tree. He's got a shady girl in his life. Mike and Liz, good morning to you, and I've no doubt you'll be staying here again very, very soon indeed. Coming up next, well, that's probably the most famous hotel in Paphos. It's got great in its name, and it is the Alexander the Great, Dayman's favourite hotel in the world. And also checked in there at the moment is Lady so sweet Caroline, and of course Lord Nigel of the big guns. And they like to go snorkeling, and they like to get the GoPro out and film all those fishes that are swimming around. And you never know, one of these days they might catch one, fry up some chips, get a bit of tartar sauce out, a bit of bread and butter, and bon appetit. What can you say? The Almira Hotel, that's on the left-hand side, 5-star luxury beachside hotel. A lot of people have stayed there, and a lot of people say it's a very, very good hotel indeed. Coming up a bit further is going to be the Annabelle Hotel, and there's one or two people stayed there, and they all say what a great hotel it is. Anyway, forgive all the digging around. You may have noticed on the left-hand side that's a new pavement. Lovely. This pavement is getting done. Then they're going to do the other side, and then finally they're going to give us a bit of a lick of tarmac, and this area of Paphos hopefully will be looking now a little bit better, and of course that little bit safer for people to walk around. And the rumour has it that all of this area is going to become a one-way street, which is good and bad at the same time. Good if you're a pedestrian, because of course you've only got to look one way, and of course you can only get run over in one direction, so that's not too bad, is it? But bad if you're driving around in a car, because if you miss it, that restaurant or that hotel, you've got to go all the way round, so that's bad. Good for petrol stations, yes indeed, but not good for drivers. That's the Paphos Promenade right in front of us, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. I bet you wish you were on a big bird or a canoe and paddling like crazy. Come on over, the water is just right. Big shout out to two superstars in downtown Cardiff, Lord Jeremy, Lord Simon. When are you coming? That's what we want to know. When are you coming to Paphos? Because the Paphos Mall is getting excited, and it's hoping to have a bit of a bonanza when you two guys arrive, because they understand that you and Arching Booth are going to go and spend a couple of bob. Yes indeed. All around here now are one ways, that one day it's this way, one day it's that way. No one knows what they're doing, so be courteous and just pull over if you see someone coming the wrong way. Now, that street in front of us says one way, but it's not actually one way. Let's let this guy come along. Or is he stopping? No, let him come along and run the lady over. He's obviously a foreigner because he's very courteous, and he just thanked me as well. But this road, I know it says one way, no entry, but it's actually not. I'm actually going the right way at the moment, shall we say. But don't hold me to that. Anyway, especially for Lady Ali and Sir Neil, we're going the wrong way, apparently, but actually it's this car that's coming the wrong way. He just hasn't read the sign that's right by him. And if he looks at it carefully, he's going to see that it says one way. you've got to go that way. There we go. He's looking at me as if I'm an idiot, but now he's just realised that there was a sign that said no entry. There you go. These are the troubles and the strifes as you drive in and around the Cato Paphos area. Now, let's keep going. What was over there? Alexander Pub. Who likes that place? I think that it is a man called Sir Mart who's got a girl in his life called Lady Sally. Yeah, Lady Sally definitely wants to marry this guy as well. So next time he comes to Paphos, we're going to drag him to Marius Diamonds and make sure that he buys a nice big diamond for Lady Sally. And then of course she can become Lady Sally Dyers. At the moment she's Lady Sally Briars. Confusing, isn't it? Yes, it is. Very, very confusing indeed. Massive car park there on the right hand side if you want to park, and at the moment that car park's free, and that's an anomaly in Paphos at the moment because the Gomara number 1 has installed smart parking everywhere and little signs that tell you to get the smart app and make sure you pay. If you don't, you're going to come back and find yourself with a €25 fine. And whatever you do, do not park in a disabled place. I mean, you shouldn't anyway, but don't do it, because if you do, it's €300. Yes, you heard me correctly. €300 if you park in a disabled bay without the correct badge, paperwork, those kind of things. And don't do it if you've got an English one either, unless you've got a Greek translation, because obviously the traffic wardens perhaps might not understand. Where are we now? That's the old Paphos post office there, by the way. It still operates at a post office, post boxes mainly. But slowly but surely, we are wiggling and we are waggling towards the Cato Paphos Harbour area. Pagoda Apartment is coming up on the right hand side, and I remember some superstars who stayed there not that long ago, and that is Lady Mandy, and of course her man Sir Jeff Hancock, and they booked in there, said it was very, very nice indeed, and 1 or 2 other people have said so as well. And of course it's only about a 5-minute, 10-minute maximum walk to the Cato Paphos Harbour, so quite a good location and quite quiet, and again not that far from the Paphos Mall, again only about 10 minutes, so good location, reasonable price, and a nice friendly family that owns it, shall we say. Let's keep going. Cato Paphos Harbour, I promise you, is coming up soon once we get through all of these diversions and one-way streets. We are going the quickest way, by the way, to get to the Paphos Harbour, and I promise you a spectacality of a view straight out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. Coming up on our right hand side now is the Phoenix Social Club, so perhaps you want to play a bit of bingo or sup on a pint or two. That could be that place for you. Very, very popular with expats and lots of people who are familiar with Paphos that come back once or twice a year, go there and play bingo and all those kind of things. We're about to join the inner ring road again. We're going to take a left. Very surely we will come up onto the Paphos Mall roundabout, as its name suggests, the main Paphos Mall. Tomb of the Kings Avenue Mall is situated on the right. We're going to take a left, go under the Paphos Skywalk, and we're going to head down to the Cato Paphos Harbour area. And as promised, you're going to get a great, great view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. Don't forget to keep coming back, and of course if you want a special video for you, perhaps a shout out, anniversary, birthday, or perhaps you want me to go somewhere, I don't know, drop it in the comments, give us a coffee or two, and that video will be coming just for you. It really will. Paphos Skywalk, that's what the steel frame above us is, and again quite an interesting place to go on. At the moment it's free. Rumour has it next year there will be a modest charge, so if you're in Paphos as we speak, perhaps get your hiking boots on if your name's Lady Justine and you've got a Lord Andy in your life, and go for a bit of a walk. I think they've walked everywhere in Paphos. I think they've walked from Paphos to Nicosia, to be honest, because they do like a hike or two. And they're in downtown Staffordshire, and I've no doubt at the moment Lord Andy is waggling that rear end of that blue BMW, because the roads will be that little bit slippy, that's for sure. And I bet Ollie the dog is licking his Watsits. Yes, I bet he is. Anyway, we're a family channel, so let's stop it now. There's 1 or 2 dogs that like to watch, by the way. Lady Scribble, she likes to watch. I believe there's a dog all the way in Germany, he likes to watch, and that's Mr. Lino, yeah, he likes to watch now and again. And of course there's Barney in Loughborough, he likes to watch. The list goes on and on, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Purdy in downtown Hartlepool, she likes to watch. And there's a dog called Mr. Murphy, who now and again cuddles up to Debbie Llewellyn, and they like to tune into the little channel known as Marika and Me. Downtown Cape of Paphos, that's where we are. Property Finder, you've got West Coast Properties. If you're looking for a property, this is the street for you. There's more property sellers on this street than anywhere else in the world, and they may have that perfect apartment or villa for you. But make sure that you use an independent lawyer, and make sure that the land that property is built on is owned by the property owner. There we go. Enough on that. We're in the Cape of Paphos Harbour area. That was the Harbour roundabout. If you want to rent an electric scooter or two, well, there's one waiting on the left-hand side just for you. There's the Elise collection. If you want that special little bit of bling. In the distance is the Cape of Paphos Castle. There he is over there. Yeah, lights up at night. All sorts of different laser colours are flickered onto it just for you. And there is the blue Mediterranean Sea. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click the subscribe, and don't forget to come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. It's looking pretty busy, to be honest. Remember, we are in the second week of